my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals.
There are 4 different blood types: type A, type B, type AB, and type O. Type A can give blood to only type A and type AB blood. Type A can only receive blood from type O and other type A blood. Type B blood types can only give blood to people with type B and type AB. They receive blood from type O and other type B blood. Type AB blood can only give blood to other type AB, but they can receive blood from every blood type, making it a universal reciprocal. Type O can give blood to all blood types, but can only receive blood from other type O. Type O blood is known as the universal donor. We conducted many activities including Punnett squares and blood testing. The Punnett squares were used to figure out who the father of Audrey was and to figure out what father was holding the sex-linked recessive gene of hemophilia A. The blood testing we did was to figure out what blood type the mother, Audrey, and the possible fathers were. We tested the blood by indicating how much the blood clumped or didn't clump. This helped us figure out what blood type the daughter was and discovered who the father was as well. The blood typing procedure was to figure out what blood type each father had by testing how clumpy or not clumpy the blood is. We also determined who the father was because there was only one father who matched Audrey's blood type. Type A, B, and O are all blood types that clump. Type AB doesn't clump. During the blood typing procedure, we tested what blood types were clumpy and not clumpy, and later discovered what blood type each father had and what Audrey had. After all, Professor Plum was the biological father of Audrey. The blood disorder we were assigned was hemophilia A. Hemophilia is when the protein, factor VIII, is missing from your blood. With hemophilia A, your blood doesn't clot due to the lack of factor VIII. Treatments for hemophilia A include desmopressin. Desmopressin puts more factor VIII into your blood. This can be injected or taken by pill.
Designer babies are genetically engineered babies that are made for certain traits. Are created by taking 2 genes from each donor and create the baby that way. Things that can be selected to make the baby are genes, traits, and hereditary disorders. For example, traits like blonde hair and blue eyes can be used as a trait, as well as being short and tall. Hereditary disorders can be stopped by having a PGD, which is when you take the healthy embryo from a gene and fertilize the healthy gene rather than the risk of a gene disorder. The genetic disorder that was in our case study was Patay syndrome. Patay syndrome, also known as trisomy 13, which is a chromosomal abnormality. Symptoms can include deformities and heart defects. The dilemma with our disorder was there was a 45-year-old lady that wanted to have a child, but she wants to undergo genetic treatment. Because Abby is older, she has a problem with her DNA. Most of her eggs seem to have non-disjunction issues. The result of this is that every time she becomes pregnant, she has a miscarriage. We wouldn't want them to have the baby because the baby would have a very low life expectancy, considering the average life expectancy is 1 year old. If Abby ended up having the baby, the PGD wouldn't be used.
Our group researched the peanut allergy. The peanut allergy is a very dangerous allergy that has a hypersensitivity to the peanut proteins that cause severe obstruction to breathing. Once the allergy is inhaled into the body, it can cause hives, vomiting, diarrhea, itches, swelling, and even asthma attacks depending on the degree of the allergy. Once you have the peanut allergy, there really is no cure for it. Some people can grow out of this allergy. An EpiPen is a great way of injection to the body to stop the reaction or even to slow down the allergic reaction. A peanut allergic reaction can be caused by all contact, ingestion, and inhalation. The effects on the body can vary. Some of the effects can be vomiting, diarrhea, itching, hives, swelling, asthma, and even death. Symptoms of the peanut allergy are related to IgE. This releases histamines in the body. The mast cells produce these histamines in the body. The immune system responds to this allergy by basically attacking its own cells, thinking they're invaders, the peanut protein. The peanut allergy is the most common allergy. More than 3 million people in the U.S. have an allergy to peanuts. This causes more deadly anaphylaxis than any other food allergy. There is no specific cure for this allergy, and you cannot get rid of it for good. You can take medicine that will help you keep the allergy less severe. For example, you can use the EpiPen and also take Benadryl. A way to reduce your chance of exposure is when a baby is born, their mothers should not eat any type of peanut and breastfeed their children. Peanut allergy can lead to an anaphylaxis reaction, which is a lifetime-threatening allergic reaction to an antigen.
In the veterinarian rotation, we perform many different activities such as making a cladogram, finding the different characteristics of animals, also making Venn diagrams, comparing organisms, and doing DNA analysis. The 5 animals compared to the mystery animal was the raccoon, giant flying squirrel, panda bear, South American coati, and the red fox. The evidence of evolution could be from divergent evolution, which means body parts are structurally similar but can have different functions, which are called homologous structures. Another piece of evidence is convergent evolution, which is analogous structures are body parts that have the same functions but are structurally very different. Electrophoresis is a common lab technique used to identify, qualify, and purify nucleic acid fragments. Samples are loaded into wells of aerogros and acrylamide gel and subjected to an electric field, causing a negatively charged nucleic acids to move towards a positive electrode. The DNA results show that differences between the mystery animal and the other 5 animals. The South American coati had the least amount of differences in the DNA bands with just 1 difference, while the giant flying squirrel had the most differences with 7. Hemoglobin is the red protein in the cell that circulates the oxygen. Sickle cell disease is the blood disorder in which the body produces an abnormal type of oxygen-carrying substance, hemoglobin in the red blood cells. The South American coati had the least differences between the hemoglobin. Cytochrome is a protein that is involved with cell respiration. Cytochrome C catalyzes the reduction of molecular oxygen to water using ferrocytochrome C as the electron donor. The South American coati had the least cytochrome C differences with just 18. This makes the South American coati closely related to the mystery animal. The panda bear had 5 differences and the South American coati had 2. The raccoon had 5 and the flying squirrel had 12 differences. Last but not least, the red fox had 8 differences in the hemoglobin. In cytochrome C, the panda bear had 32, the South American coati and the raccoon had 18, and the flying squirrel and red fox had 32 differences in cytochrome C. The differences in the DNA bands had the panda bear with 6, the South American coati with 1, the raccoon with 3, and the flying squirrel with 7, and the red fox with 8.